at that time, the drug dealer and the gangbanger, it was two different organizations.
Right.
So the gangbangers, they're as what I call spinach, like Popeye eats spinach to get strong. The gangbanger spinach was all about ego and pride. It wasn't
Right.
about money at one time. It was about that nigga's a killer. He kills people. He get respect in the hood, or he's a jacker. Or he shot up the party or whatever. Then the drug dealers thing was more finances, because that one time the drug dealers were kind of the good guys. They went to school. They sold drugs not to just buy cars, but to
Yep.
help their mothers with rent because their
Yep.
fathers wasn't there. They had no choice but to step up to be the man of the family and everything. And then
Yep.
once the game bangers saw these square niggas becoming drug dealers, making money and getting all the girls, but not realizing that the drug dealers were actually grown men because they were selling dope to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and get up and come to school like it wasn't nothing, or hand their mother the money. Say, here, mama, this is help with the rent. Here, mama, go buy you a car. And the gangsters saw that and said, shit, not only do we do that, we could put this money into our family, which is the Crips or the Bloods, whatever. And then they bought weapons with it and shacks and dope to keep it going and going and going. And they use their money for battle when drug dealers use their money for prestige or
Right.
to go to the next level. And a lot of drug dealers, people didn't
No.
realize, weren't just selling dope. The average drug dealer back in the day from our era were real men because they would sell dope long enough to open them up a laundromat or a liquor store or buy an apartment building. They were out of the game.
Man,
But
man.
these gangbangers thought that the shit would last forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
And that meant that mentality basically kind of like won over and stuff. And because like you're exactly right and stuff, because the early drug dealers would was all about investing in shit and stuff. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like they made money, they made enough money, but they were all they had cleaners and shits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They had different details.
Business.
Did sell sound
Yes, car washes,
car washes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They knew
sponsor a baseball team for kids or something, buy
exactly.
the
No, yeah,
uniforms.
yeah. Not even like we even buying equipment, like like man, like William Jarrett and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like one day I was working at the hoagie shop when I used to work up there and stuff. And I knew he was getting money. So I was like, man. Let me holler at him. So I hollered at him one day, like, man, he's like, man, I'm gonna get back with you and stuff. So we're trying to get some equipment, he's trying to get a sampler and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to start sampling and stuff. So one day he came to the job and stuff, and then and it gave me like a big stack of money like this and shit, man.
Giving something back,
Man, it's like $1,500 and shit, man. We went and
which
bought.
was a million,
Oh
back
my
then.
god! Oh my god, bro! Well, we went straight to the and got the went to go buy some equipment. We went and bought a sampler and shit, you know what I'm saying, and this little sequencer and shit, you know what I'm saying. Like that was our first little shits that we
Mm-hmm.
had, you know what I'm saying. Like he helped fund our operation and stuff, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep it going. And he wasn't even asking for nothing back. He didn't even
Mm.
he didn't even blink an eye. He just was
Didn't
like,
have
oh,
to. Didn't
let me
have to.
let me help you out with this. Like, okay, you need whoa. And I'm like, yo, bro, this dude just gave me a stack of money and stuff. I was like, man, I will forever be indebted to him, you know what I'm saying, for his service and stuff. So like what you saying, like the drug dealers that I knew at that time from that era, man, they was all, I'm not saying all of them. Of course you got,
Most of them, though.
for the most part, they funded people to do things that they wanted to do, like good things and stuff. Put people in college and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Went to school and stuff. Like you saying, the drug dealers that we know and stuff, they really was about helping the community and stuff.
And would tell you, don't be selling dope like me. This shit ain't no future. Don't be trying. Go to school, get your
Yeah,
education.
yeah,
If you need something, here's some money. Don't try to sell no dope. Don't let these shoes and shit impress you. I'll buy you something. Doug did it. Would stop an ice cream truck and buy everybody ice cream on the block.
man, come
But
on.
now, but what turned the drug dealer differently, mind thinking, was the gangsters. People don't want to talk about that. Gangsters saw that the drug dealers were soft-hearted people, so they start saying, Fuck that. We could jack that nigga. Let's
Exactly.
jack him. Let's take his dope out. So now the dope dealer said, I can't be a leader to these kids anymore. I gotta be vicious because these niggas at the car. I now not only do I have to worry about police fucking with me, now I gotta worry about a nigga across the street like Kane on Belly. I don't like that shit. Hating
Yeah.
because a nigga pulling up in a nice car or just
No.
trying to jack a nigga. Or
No, that's
mad
real.
because his girl looks at the drug dealer and said he's cuter. I like his perm. So niggas start jocking gangsters. Gangsters start jacking drug dealers, and drug dealers turn from being investors of the community to nigga, I'm gonna have to kill this nigga too. And then it turned to the gang, drug gang, gang,
Yeah.
drug gang. It was all in the same fucking spot.
Man, man, dude, and that you described that perfect because that's exactly what the hell happened and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you had that. So that guy that's was that valedictorian that started selling drugs. That basketball player that's selling that, and violence wasn't their first choice of things. But then you put a person where now you got my money over here, and then you got your life and what you trying to do over here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a you know a choice that has to be made and stuff. And most people, like especially when it comes to money and stuff, you're going to protect your investment and stuff. So you got to do things in order to protect your investment. So now you can pay a couple of other gang members to protect you from these other
Absolutely.
that
Which is
that scenario
which is
happened.
putting you in that gang mind.
Yep, instead, but
Because you got to realize it was safer. It wasn't that dangerous for drug dealers in the early 80s because this is way prior. This is way before the crackheads, the strawberries. You got to realize the average, we called them smokers back then. They weren't crackheads.
yeah,
Back then, a smoker was a motherfucker that worked for the post office, that
yep,
had a good job, a school
yep,
teacher. He drive a school bus. So the drug dealers were dealing with this guy, getting credit with him or whatever, because they knew he was good for his money. Then after about 2 years, all of a sudden the homie's mother ain't as fine as she used to be. She
right,
don't have that same car she used to have. She used to work for the county. She don't have that county. So now she's a crackhead. But by
right,
then the
right,
gangs had started jacking the dope dealers, so it became the crack world. But back in the day, smokers were people that had jobs, that were functioning people. And that's
man,
how it
man,
was a courtesy thing. A dope dealer wouldn't bring dope to church. He wouldn't bring dope to school. He wouldn't bring, but he knew that he had regular clients that weren't trying to jack him, that wasn't trying to get over on him, that just working people that were smoking. And
man, dude,
eventually those working people started declining. And when it came down to crack, where everybody was sucking dick for crack or doing whatever they had to do, that's when it turned to really, really, really scandalous because there was no more civilization with the transaction, if that makes
man,
sense.
dude, man, that shit is hell of a perfectly said and stuff, because that is exactly what happened with us and
I've,
stuff,
I've
and
seen my mother go from having a barbershop on 54th and Western, the Good Fred
uh,
barbershop.
uh,
In the 70s, my mother used to make about $1,200 a week in the
wow,
70s doing
wow, what,
Jerry curls, the late 70s. So it was nothing for me to go to Richard Pryor's house, Eddie Murphy's house, or see all these celebrities coming to my mother's barbershop. And the more then she started snorting. That was the first thing. The snorting is a party thing. Then it turned from snorting to coke. And that's when the barbershop got lost. The house got lost, the decline, the different caliber of friends that she had, the different caliber of men
mm,
that she dated. So it just
mm,
declined. And next thing you know, we're all trying to survive. We're all trying to
mm.
survive, bro.
So
Survival. Only the strong can survive. It's called survival. Only the strong can